looking forward to it.
Oh, well, you recorded yesterday and you recorded Monday. You're recording tonight. Are you in Tower Casuals tomorrow?
It's episode 100
Oh man.
on Bungie Day. Ask us,
Tomorrow's Bungie Day?
yeah, ask us how we timed that.
Mm.
You didn't.
You're
This
right.
is gonna
We
sound
did.
so random and weird, but for whatever reason, my glasses smell like my mom's dog. I don't know if he like laid on it today or something. It just smells weird. Just wanted you to know.
Thanks.
That sounds like
That's
sounds
the
a little
first
yucky.
thing everybody heard that now that we're live.
Now that that's the first thing everyone heard is that
I told
my
you to get
glasses
everything
smell like
out
my mom's dog.
before we went live, and that's what you led with.
Well, that's a great opener. Whew, Now
Sure.
I'm embarrassed and warm and need to turn the AC on. Ha!
Stephanie's single, everybody.
Stop
What you doing?
it! Quiet!
I'm.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
only
your
said
friend.
that-
That's your friend, Stephanie. That's your friend.
What have I done to embarrass you? Just you wait.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't think there's a way we can embarrass Corey.
I'm sure there's enough ways. Uh,
Oh, is there you're not doing a Zencaster recording, are you?
no,
Okay.
no, because every time I use Zencaster, something messes up, and
It's because of Stephanie, and Stephanie's computer sucks.
that's not 100% true all the time. Ed's computer can't handle Zencaster either, so don't feel
All right,
bad.
so
I know. One
One second.
yeah. There was some crap going on with the Pride panel and his Zencaster. Or his internet hurt my Zencaster.
My quarterly review at work is tomorrow.
oh, have fun.
Yeah. Good luck.
Like, do you get a raise or something?
I don't know what's happening. I could get fired. We don't know.
Oh,
I hope not.
don't think
No, I don't think I.
that happened.
I would be surprised if it was. I was gonna open something, but now I forget what I was doing. I'm so tired. I was up till like 3:00 last night. Oh, mistakes were made. It's fine.
Please tell me you're making some headway in like this workload of yours.
No, because I lost. I lost the one recording we needed last night. So
What was the recording?
we need expansion pass episodes. So tonight I'm recording 2 episodes. Tomorrow I'm recording 1. Friday I'm recording 2. Saturday I'm recording 2, and Sunday I'm recording 2.
What are you recording on the weekend? A standard def or expansion pass?
Ed and I are recording 2 expansion passes, and we're recording the Marvel Agent Carter standard def on Sunday, and Friday we're doing the Ninja Turtle one because that's what
we
Lamont
are?
was. Yes. You replied to the confirmation last week in Discord.
You know what? I probably did.
Oh, did Laron make some sexy plans already?
Nah, but I guarantee you my boyfriend will come up with something before now and then. Corey's making my life difficult.
All right. I guess we'll get started. Before, I don't know. What's in the team chat? Oh. Stephanie replied.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, I haven't been really active in this chat, and you've been like putting stuff in. So I'm like, Death's Door, hooray!
It's fine. Oh, I finally remembered why I turned the brightness down on my monitor, because it makes me look washed out on stream. That's fine. All right, is everybody ready? I'm ready, I guess.
Born ready.
I keep saying I'm ready, but I should probably hit start recording too. That would
I'm
help.
ready.
Starting the recording. All right.
Let's do this damn thing.
No wonder we need to like fuel him with energy.
I got Energy fuel. Ah, delicious.
Chug, chug, chug.
No, I did that once. Thought I was going to die. Not with this one,
Okay.
but with like one of the giant cans, like the BFG cans that they used to sell
Oh my gosh.
of the red ones, which was like double the caffeine of the normal ones. And yeah, I didn't feel very great afterwards, but it's fine.
You asked for it.
I did not. Maybe I did. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I am one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is the PC Muscle Race himself, LaRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Hi, LaRon.
Hi, Corey. How are you?
Great. Thanks for asking.
You feeling better now? You COVID negative now?
I am negative.
Good. Because I was about to say, man, like if you don't get your gonorrhea-syphilitis
The fuck?
cured or like gone, like man, like
That sounds like a topic for After Dark. If you have if you have so many STDs, do they just start eating themselves and
For eating each other.
no, this is how you wind up with one superbug.
Ooh. And
super
then you become
super STD.
that thing that you fight in the basement of the hospital in The Last of Us Part 2. LaRon, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, because Corey doesn't play Last of Us.
You're right.
Well, good thing you don't know, because it was gnarly.
That voice you hear is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
And you know what else you hear? Cheers!
Cheers! Yay! How's everyone doing?
Doing all right. Like re-injured my leg this weekend at the beach.
All right, old man.
What
Woo!
did you do? Did you trip over a...
Well, the one random time I started getting in the water because like I do not usually get in like the ocean. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean like I'm good at going to the beach and stuff, but I'm a pretty decent swimmer. Like, you know, I'm not like Michael Phelps level or anything like that, but you know, but normally like I like to go into not natural bodies of water, so no beaches, no lakes, no ponds, nothing like that. Like I like to be able to have like a sense of control. So like I usually stick to swimming pools. And so I decided to go into the water I don't know, like I'm not sure how beach savvy you guys are, but one of the things you're supposed to do when waves are coming in is you're supposed to jump into the wave so the wave doesn't just throw you about and whatnot. And I saw the wave coming, and as the wave came, it got bigger, and it was almost like a hang ten wave, and not a fucking, you know, like just a normal wave that hits the shore. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna definitely have to jump into this one, and so I jumped, but I jumped too early, so the full brunt of the wave hit me and like knocked me back, and that wasn't really the problem. The problem was I landed on my leg that's been kind of janky for like the last month or so. I landed on the wrong way, and like of course my knee buckled, and you know like I was basically no good. So I was like, okay, that's it, I'm out of the water. Got back on the beach, sat down, just chilled the rest of the time on the beach, and then like the walk back. Another reason why I hate the beach, the fucking sand. Like it's not like firm ground underneath you. So yeah, like I'm exerting all this force trying to keep stable footing, which is fucking up my knee even more. And so Monday night and Tuesday night was like the most excruciating bedtimes for me, because like when I would finally get my leg into a position where I could fall asleep without any pain, if I rolled over in the middle of the night, woke me right up. That pain. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. And I don't even know if this is a thing of getting old. You know, like it's just like this is just some bullshit.
Yeah. No. I hear you. Getting old. It's not fun. Stephanie doesn't know. She's young.
I do. Do I have to discuss the elbow tendonitis fluid sac thing again?
That's not an injury. That's just
Yes,
a
it is.
sad sack on your elbow.
When I Google it, because Google is the source of all truth, apparently,
Yes.
it happens when you are old. So
Hmm.
by definition, I am old.
Yeah, I only hear old people complain about bursitis. I only hear. I also just like I don't hear. Well, no, I would say I don't hear old people complaining about sciatica, but I've got a buddy of mine. He just turned 32, and his sciatic nerve like gives him all sorts of grief.
Interesting. Wow.
Yep. You go to bed early, you sleep wrong, you're crippled for a week.
I know. What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't sleep last night, so I rearranged my entire office, which is why I look like I'm in the middle of the room instead of the corner of the room. But I was
wondering what the hell is going on. I was like, something's not right about his layout. Because usually like the open door is like to your right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's totally messing with me.
It's over there now. The open door.
He's throwing off all ours and stuff.
I am,
Yeah.
but
Corey, I don't like change.
I know I don't either, but I had to because the layout was bothering me. And if we're gonna start streaming stuff soon, I have it all set up to where like I have my big old TV over here, and I have all my streaming stuff hooked up to the big TV. So all I have to do is like turn my head like this and play, like, whatever. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm like, so side tangent. I've been watching a lot of Jeff Gersman's streams, and man, that's like something I really want to do. Like he'll stream like a bunch of. He's the guy that left Giant Bomb about a month ago.
Okay.
Which his new podcast's pretty good. His streams are pretty fun. It's weird because he's basically just doing Giant Bomb by himself, but I mean, I know there's a lot of like business issues that I think that's why he left. Was like a lot of the company was sold, and he had a lot of like trouble getting stuff to where it needed to be and everything. And I think he was just at the point where he was just like, I don't want to deal with this company who bought us anymore. So.
Okay, I think you might have mentioned him before, but I'm just terrible with names.
Yeah, I did when he left. We talked a little bit about it on that episode, but I wore my Giant Bomb shirt that episode, I think. Maybe that was Pow Block. I don't remember. It was one of those. I don't know. There's so many.
After a while, they all kind of.
I know.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, man. I'm just like, man, I think we are doing too much, but it's fine.
Ourselves, right?
What?
If only we can clone ourselves.
I know. It'd be nice. But yeah, I was watching some of his streams, and he plays like a bunch of different things, and he was playing like the new Outriders DLC also, which looks really cool, and just some older games, and it was really fun to watch. And I'm like, man, I wish we had time to do that, because that would be awesome. So I'm gonna try to make time. So
good luck with that.
I know. I don't know if it's the one thing that's like killing me in all this is Standard Def is like the show that's like just putting a wrench in everything. Because like sometimes we'll record like 6 episodes in a week, and then we won't record, and then like it will be like behind somehow, and it's just nuts. But anyways, enough complaining, because I feel like that's all I do lately. I should stop. Somebody stop me.
Stop it, Corey.
Patreon.
Yeah, we have one of those. Yeah, let me pull it up because I was not prepared to enter that mode. Anyways,
Alright.
we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Patreon is a subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly for specific amounts of money, and you get perks depending on how much you subscribe for, and you can cancel at any time. There's no like contract or commitment or anything. So yeah, we have a $1 tier where you get early access to the Boss Rush podcast audio version 1 week early, expansion pass 1 week early, After Dark 2 weeks early, and standard definition 2 weeks early. But you also can become a Patreon producer at the $5 tier, and that entitles you to all of the early access shows plus a shout out here on every episode of the Boss Rush podcast and every other episode of the shows that we do here during the month of that recording. I need to start putting that there because we're going to have episodes go out in a couple of weeks that don't have specific Patreon producers on there because we have a new one, everybody.
Yes.
So without further ado, here are our Patreon producers for this episode of the Boss Rush podcast. We have Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, my wife, Sana Dierig, and a brand new Patreon producer, everybody, Francisco Santillan. If I said your
Awesome.
Thank
name,
you.
if I said your name
Yeah.
wrong, I apologize. Please
Correct him.
Yes, please correct me. Please, I beg you. But I appreciate your patronage. We all do.
Thank you.
I appreciate everybody who supports us on Patreon. Appreciate our Patreon producers, and I appreciate everybody who listens on free feeds as well. Remember, all of our content is free. We just give you a little early access and a little perks for subscribing to our Patreon. So, if you listen on iTunes or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. It would really help us out. I've seen a couple pop up on Spotify recently, so thank you, everybody. Also, no thank you to that person who gave us a 2-star review for talking crap about Elden Ring, even though we weren't. We were having a nice discussion.
And you know what? We're going to talk crap about Elden Ring again. No, just
We are, because I bought Dark Souls Remastered on a sale. So,
what?
I did.
Why would you punish yourself like that?
I'm curious too, actually.
I don't know, because I had a bunch of fake eShop dollars, and it was on sale, and I got it for like
Fake?
$4.
Fake eShop dollars.
Yeah, whatever the gold coins that you get for
Oh,
buying things. they
Credits,
give you.
yeah. all right. Well,
So I got it for like $4. I'm like, why not? I just might want to punish myself someday, and $4 seems like the right price.
do you think you'll ever buy it only because, for example, Saints Row is a franchise that's like I would like to get into, but I never did. And then one
Mhm.
day, I think it's like the fourth Saints Row that was literally discounted to like $3-4, and I used
Mhm.
like my credits. Like, oh, it's so cheap. Like I have to buy it. I
Mhm.
still haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I had some credit on the Microsoft Store, and Homefront: The Revolution was $1.09, and so I was like, "Damn, it's $1." You know, like what's $1? What's $1, everybody? Don't-
Yeah, compared to our $7 cappuccinos and lattes at Starbucks. So
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's funny about $1? Did you know that George Washington is on the dollar, but he's also on the quarter, and 4 Washingtons also make $1?
all right, everybody, we
Why?
are done for the night.
Why
Corey
do I
needs to
think
go
of
to
these
bed.
things? I
Jesus
don't know.
Christ.
Oh, come
Laron,
on.
Corey's got crazy eyes.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Look, I was putting my daughter to sleep, and we both fell asleep in her chair. And so, like, every night I let her watch a video for a couple minutes, and we set a timer so she knows, like, okay, I have to leave because, you know, it's time. And she's got really good at just, like, when the timer goes off, the video shuts off, daddy leaves, she goes to bed. We both fell asleep before the timer went off in her in the chair that's in her room. So, like, that's why I was a little groggy when we first started, because I was, like, kind of just waking up a little bit.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Ugh. Naps are fun. guys, even if they're 7 minutes long.
I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos that if I take a nap, I wake up just fucked up for the rest of the day.
Oh, I don't have that problem.
Oh, it's just
Laurent looks like he does not have a napping problem. Because
No.
Laurent's the
No,
only one that's awake every time we get on to record.
Do you see how many times I yawn per episode, though?
No, I don't pay attention to you.
Like, it's embarrassing.
I'm ready to disown Red Bull because I finished this can in the first 10 minutes of this recording and I feel nothing.
Get a bigger one.
Nothing!
Yeah, I was about to say, Red Bulls are so fucking small, those cans.
I'm getting another one. Keep talking.
That's
Like,
fine.
I guarantee you they don't do shit.
They work better than Monster does. I'll tell you that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't really drink any of that stuff. I've said it multiple times. I'm like, that shit will make your heart explode.
So it's funny because like I don't really drink this for the energy anymore. I really just drink it for the taste because I don't drink pop, but I also like something other than water.
You call it pop?
Whatever. Yeah. What soda? Anyways,
No,
yeah,
I'm just. It's interesting when you run across
yeah.
It's interesting when you run across someone that says pop. Like
Yeah.
I don't really have like a
What do you call it, Laurent?
soda.
Okay. Look at the interesting conversations we have when Stephanie steps away.
Pop and soda. I say soda. Yeah.
I say pop.
But we also say Worcester when it's spelled Worcester.
Yeah,
Looks like Worcester, but it's Worcester.
Worcestershire sauce.
That stuff's good.
It
Speaking
makes
of
it- makes a
Worcester,
very good marinade. I'll say that.
yeah, I don't want to like run away with this podcast, but it reminded me of stuff I wanted to talk about. So, what have you guys been playing or doing?
You already know my answer.
Then let's
talk
start.
about Monster Hunter, Laurent.
Monster
Get it out.
Hunter,
I want to
Monster
hear about
Hunter.
it because
Spill the beans.
No, I'm gonna go last since I'm talking about something that everybody already knows I talk about.
but
Yeah,
it's
but
new
DLC.
stuff that you always talk about, so it's interesting.
Oh. Well, okay, so Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak hasn't even been out a week yet, and I'm having a blast. Like some of my friends have already gotten to the end game, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing with your lives, man? Like shit, like enjoy the fucking game. But then again, I'm a different person when it comes to Monster Hunter because like a new Monster Hunter game comes out and I play it till it hits end of life. Until it hits end of life or the next Monster Hunter comes out, which in my opinion that's end of life for the current one. But yeah, the game is Capcom is really throwing their stuff behind like the Monster Hunter series now. Like I mean Monster Hunter, I feel like Monster Hunter is now it's like it's starting to creep up to becoming like Capcom's flagship, and
Like,
that's
Becoming more mainstream.
not well.
I mean, Monster Hunter World is their best-selling game of all time, so I would say it's
Yeah,
pretty
and-
mainstream at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, Sunbreak. So Monster Hunter Rise, which is the base version of the game, like the numbers have come out and it says it's over 10 million units sold of that game. So that's
Nice.
pretty good, given that it's only on like the Switch and the PC. You know,
hmm
Sunbreak has not been out a week yet, and they've already gotten over 2 million units sold of Sunbreak.
That's impressive.
As a matter of fact, it's bigger than a 30% attach rate. So, like, as far as expansion goes, like expansions for like games like this, like that's actually a success for Capcom. And the reason why I'm saying like I feel like Monster Hunter is starting to become like flagship material for Capcom because like it's actually putting up against the big boys, Street Fighter and Resident Evil. You know, like it's doing some As a matter of fact, Monster Hunter World made Capcom's year. A couple of years ago.
I think a lot of people point to that game, like that and Resident Evil 7 as like turning Capcom around because remember they were doing terrible. Like
Yeah.
they were looking to be bought. They were looking to even sell off some IP. Like they were in bad shape, really bad shape. And like Monster Hunter World and Resident Evil 7 were like their last like kind of grasp at. Like, we got to turn this around, you know, because I mean, don't get me wrong, like Resident Evil 5 and 6 sold well, but 6 specifically, people do not like Resident Evil 6, and that almost took out the entire company, like how bad.
Yeah,
I
it was
still
very
don't-
divisive.
I still don't quite understand why six just pissed everybody off because I
You know
enjoy
what?
Because
I
it's
still
a
don't know why
third
you don't
person.
like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So everyone has their own opinion.
Resident Evil's been third person since Resident Evil 4 though.
No, I meant third person action, not necessarily survival horror. And I think they went more the action route instead of more kind of like a hybrid like 4 was. So, yeah. What happened? Did something happen? Something happened.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you mean Laurent?
Yeah, I don't know. He looks
Laurent.
distraught.
Laurent.
I got like this weird text, and I think it's work related, but I don't know who this person is.
But anyways,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will contact them tomorrow.
Okay.
Why do you always get like contacted by people at your work or clients so late at night? Because this happened once before.
This is his late night escort business.
Well,
Not
I
his
mean,
day job.
okay, so here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. Like people who have service contracts in my IT company, I'm technically on a 24/7 rule for them. But this number comes up and it looks like it's work related, but I have but like it doesn't attach who it is, so it's not a person in my phone book. So I'm like, I'm not gonna. I will deal with you tomorrow morning after I've gotten up and watching the new episode of Star Trek.
Question for you, Laurent.
Hmm?
Do you think Sunbreak would have done? This is a genuine question. Would have done as well if, say, Nintendo, for example, hadn't marketed it so much? Because at least from an outsider perspective, I'm like, wow, they're really like pushing it to the forefront of like their last few directs. So I'm like, cool,
Yeah.
they're giving it more attention, but I don't know if that made a difference.
Well, I
would've
think-
thought.
Oh, go ahead, Laurent. Sorry.
I think well, Nintendo marketing it, yeah, because like Nintendo used to be the home for Monster Hunter for a good long while. Like this IP originally started on PlayStation, PS2, and then it spent some time on PSP. As a matter of fact, PSP got 3-4 different releases for it. And then it moved to 3DS. Well, yeah, DS and the Wii. And then from there, like the next like bunch of installments came out there and stuff like that. So then when World came out, World was the first one that Capcom was not making exclusive for Nintendo. And surprise, surprise, it actually went multi-platform at that point because it was always just one console. And then all of a sudden, like it's on PS4 and Xbox One. And then so of course everybody was upset because like, all the Nintendo people, felt entitled to a Monster Hunter game. So we find out that the Monster Hunter team's always had two different teams like building Monster Hunter games. Usually one of them makes the A game, which typically is like the one that actually like it's the numbered title. So like think Monster and so Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter 2, Monster Hunter 3, which is Monster Hunter 4 and stuff like that. And then offshoot games like for example, we have Monster Hunter Generations, and some other ones like that. Those are made by the B Squad. I'm saying, and it sounds like I'm being negative about it, but not, because like those good games and stuff like that. So the B team went to work making a Monster Hunter game for the Switch. While the A team is making Monster Hunter 6 for the major consoles, and so right now, like, because we're pretty sure the next Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter 6, is going to be in the same vein as Monster Hunter World and Iceborne was. So it's going to be too powerful for the Switch to handle, So unless Nintendo's about to do something radical and make competitive hardware, this next time around, like they're gonna have to see if Capcom decides to use their B team to make another, non-mainstream game. Which is funny because right now it looks like everything is pointing to the fact that Monster Hunter Rise is actually a contender to be like considered a numbered game, but like everything points to like Monster Hunter 6, the next one, being like the 6th edition. It's called the 6th generation. Like Monster Hunter Rise is part of the 5th generation, which is Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Yeah. So It's interesting, and I can't wait for an announcement for the next Monster Hunter game. But Sunbreak is doing very well, like as far as like entertaining me. Like this is one of the most. They're taking this game. They're taking Monster Hunter seriously because there was a time when Monster Hunter really didn't have like what was called a cohesive story. Like there was elements and lore in it, but like the game itself, like you just went out there and like bashed monsters in the heads with like giant hammers and swords and stuff, and that was it. But now there's like a story element and all that stuff into it. That's been a thing since like that's been taken more and more seriously since Monster Hunter 4. And the story is the best. I love I love every monster they've chosen to because the one thing that's about expansions for Monster Hunter is like we want to see the monsters that are returning from previous games, and so far none of these monsters are a dud as far as I'm concerned because they're when you have a series that's been out for like 18 years, as long as Monster Hunter has, like there are some fights you just are like, no, never bring that shit back. And so far, everything they brought back so far has been a hit for me.
I wish with Sunbreak they would have re-released the Monster Hunter amiibo, even if it had no functionality, because I really want to get my hands on a Palamute.
You mean the ones from Rise? Re-released those?
Right. Yeah. And
because the Sunbreak amiibos are coming, even though like apparently like there's some bullshit going on about like the U.S. sales and stuff. So like I may have to import from Japan.
Okay.
I want the Malzeno one.
I didn't know that because didn't Breath of the Wild re-release amiibo for the DLC?
Oh yeah. Nintendo always like re-releases like their stuff.
It's weird because like Nintendo re-released. They only re-released the champions for Age of Calamity.
Oh, I thought DLC. All right, I could be wrong, but I know they re-released it at some point, which is fine even if it was just the champions. I still only have Urbosa, but I like the Monster Hunter ones. Like I don't play the game, but I love those amiibo. I think they're beautiful.
I thought,
man, the Monster Hunter amiibos are amazing.
I thought about getting them too. Just because they're really cool looking, and they're like some of them look like they're better quality than the Nintendo ones. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But
the only amiibos I get are like the actual like the ones from Monster Hunter, like that are the actual monsters. So like it's like Stephanie, you're talking about how you want like the Palamute and the Palico. I don't even want those.
I want the Monster Hunter Stories ones. I want the girl that's holding the egg. For some reason. I just think she looks cool.
I don't like the human ones at all. I don't. The only major difference though is like the ones for the original Monster Hunter Stories actually had like the humans riding the monsters, right. And that was cool because like you basically got like a character plus you got one of the monsters from the series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I bought all 4 of those.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. So the next time I decide I want to buy a game, which will probably be like in 30 seconds. I don't know. Monster Hunter is a game that I really want to play.
If you want me to play Sunbreak with you,
I do. But the thing is when am I going to play? Because I don't get to play games very much.
I was playing Sunbreak right up until like it was time for us to start the recording tonight.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that kind of like, you know what, I should just turn it on and put it on the side monitor here.
But like coming from like what you were saying earlier though, where like Monster Hunter World feels like the real game, but it feels like they're positioning Rise as a numbered game or whatever theoretically. As a Nintendo fan, it definitely like feels like World is the main game, and this is like
the side game.
Yeah, the side game, right? Like that's.
But you know what? I'm really enjoying. Well, I feel like I feel like they would have to do a lot for me to say I do not enjoy a Monster Hunter game. And this one, I like they basically took like what was essentially Iceborne and like built on top of that, and like the fun factor is just tremendous. There's the Monster Hunter community is divided because there are people out there who love the hardcore so Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, is basically the creator himself has said it. Like this is what he originally wanted Monster Hunter to be when it first came out in the PS2. But of course, hardware limitations and stuff, and then of course like it basically went downgraded the systems, like it wound up on PSP, it wound up on the Wii, it wound up on the 3DS, like the hardware was going backwards, so they couldn't get out of what I call the legacy mode of Monster Hunter. So when we finally had the PS4 and the Xbox One, these powerful ass systems that by the time we got the PS4 and Xbox One, we were basically looking at like you could go to a store, spend $800 for like a low grade like gaming PC, and that gave them the tools and everything they need to actually make the game they want. And this is what the executive producer for Monster Hunter said. This is not me like wishing it into existence. So of course like like people wanting it to come to Nintendo, to the Switch and stuff like that. Like of course the hardware is not there, but the magic they've done with the RE engine and stuff, like oh my god, like like it plays like World and Iceborne, except like it's like Monster Hunter meets Naruto, because like you're running on walls, you're writing your own pets now and all this stuff. It's crazy, and like you're Spider-Man zip dashing all over the place and things like that. Man, it's an element that most people who for some strange reason don't want to play Rise, but are still playing World. They're like man, I wish I had some of that. I wish we had some of that stuff. It's like, dude, like why don't you just play a damn Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah, It's weird because the RE engine wasn't even supposed to be able to run on Switch. I wonder what kind of modifications they did to that.
Yeah, it's got to be a modified. I'm not gonna say it's a very modified version, but it's got to be a modified version because like the RE engine launched Resident Evil 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Devil May Cry.
Everything Capcom does, even Street Fighter's on it.
Yeah, the new Street Fighter's on the RE engine. Yeah, like because Monster Hunter World was not built on the RE engine.
It wasn't? I thought it was.
No, it's not RE engine. Nope.
What is it? Unreal?
It's not Unreal. Nope. It's their in-house.
Maybe it was the one they were using for their previous in-house
MT framework.
Yeah, that one, because that's what Street Fighter 4 and 5 were on. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's their in-house. That was their in-house at the time. So Resident Evil 7 came out, and that was RE engine, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Resident Evil 7 was RE, yeah, because everybody thought RE stood for Resident Evil, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I forget what it stands for.
And every Resident Evil game since then, so the Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 3 remake, that's all RE engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's your favorite monster so far, Laurent?
Monster I've given that I haven't unlocked every monster yet.
Why not? Chop.
Because I'm enjoying my game. Like I'm not one of those people that they're in a hurry.
You're not in the end game. You're not super Monster Hunter ranked 9,000.
Because I don't play for meta. I don't. Like if I played for meta, yeah, I would have already been like, oh, I've already played and beaten the last monster and gotten his armor and stuff. Like I don't play for meta. I play this game for fun. Like the fun for me is like the endless hunts. Yeah, like people who play for meta, like they're never like, in my opinion, like if you're listening out there and you play for meta and you think what I'm saying is wrong, like you know what to do. At Exodus 803, you know what to do. But anyway, people play. In my opinion, people play for meta. Like they're playing to just like get. They're playing just to like get to like a situation to where like they just want to play the game and be gone. Like I mean, yeah, these meta players like they stay around and stuff like that. But I feel like once you get to doing the meta stuff, like it's honestly just you going back and forth trying to like do speed runs and all this stuff. In my opinion, and I'm like, I can speed run, but what's the point? Like, like I'm one of those people, like I try to maximize my hunt. So, like you go into a fight and let's say it's one of those traditional wyverns. So like Rathalos, the red fire one. Mm-hmm. You can break both his wings, you can break his back, you can break his face, you can cut his tail off and all this stuff. And guess what? All this stuff is extra reward drops. But most people who are playing meta, they're just in there to beat the monster as fast as possible. So like they don't care if they get any of the part breaks or not, or all of them. They don't care about that stuff. They just want to go in there and like kill this monster in like less than 90 seconds and move on and stuff like that. I'm like, That's not really fun for me. Like it's fun to know that I can do it, but it's not fun for me overall because I like the challenge. I like the challenge because random elements existed where sometimes like a monster does something. It's like, where the hell did that come from? It's not like it's a new move or nothing, but it's just something that is just completely unexpected from its move set. And it's like, I fought this thing like 50 times. That's the first time it's done that to me.
Yeah. Sounds like Destiny a lot actually, where people like go in the meta and they are grinding for like very specific rolls on guns and very specific, rolls on armor to see if they can get the legendary triple 100 stat score on their armor piece right after they masterwork it and whatever. Like I'm the person that plays Destiny to like watch the story unfold and see what the like what's going on. Like I just finished up some of this story at Reset for Destiny, and man, what a great story piece that went out yesterday to wrap up the seasonal storyline. And I don't know how many people really care, and it kind of hurts to know that people don't care about that stuff. And I like a lot of people work really hard on these things, and yeah. But yeah, I hear you, man. People that chase the meta, like to be fair, I used to be that person when I was younger.
I don't think I've ever chased the meta. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a super competitive person. Like, yeah, there are days when it's like, you know what, I'm gonna beat this bitch's ass or whatnot, but I'm not super competitive, So, like I'm one of those people, I guess, like I'm just an old school gamer at heart. What's up, my boy Jedi Master Binks? What's up tonight, man?
Yeah,
he's in the chat right now. We know who that guy is.
Hey.
He's all right.
yeah, but honestly, it's just one of those things for me. It's like, like I want to get my enjoyment out of the game. Like games are getting more and more expensive. And sometimes the bar of how you enjoy the game is how long you spend your time in it. Like I used to play Monster Hunter games back when like that RPG timer when that thing was stuck at all nines. I used to play Monster Hunter games that long. Like
wow.
like shoot, like I guarantee you, if I turn on my Monster Hunter World for PlayStation, it's over 700 hours. And that's before I started playing the PC version.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you in terms of Destiny. I think overall since Destiny 1 I've put like 2,500 hours into Destiny. Like,
yeah, I mean
look, Andre knows what I'm talking about. He's in the chat. I know he knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, man.
Yeah, so in all honesty, Monster Hunter is the only game I've been playing. But to answer your question, you asked me what's my favorite monster. Right now, I gotta say my favorite monster right now, based off of what I've actually played, it's got to be Shagaru Magala, which is basically the okay, it's Shagaru Magala. Okay, so remember that Black Wyvern that basically the internet went nuts for when I saw it in like 2 previous reveal videos before. It was the black purple one. It was the black and purple one. Yeah, like his evolved form is called Shagaru Magala.
Shagaru Magala.
And Gore Magala and Shagaru Magala are returning monsters that they'd only been seen in Monster Hunter 4. Well, actually, I can't say if they hadn't been seen anywhere else, but it was the flagship for Monster Hunter 4. I think it may have been in Generations, but I really didn't play Generations. I own it for the Switch, but I didn't really play it because they released that game, which is the legacy style Monster Hunter game, after Monster Hunter World had been out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy the game because it's Monster Hunter. I'm going to mess around with it. But guess what? I'm not really going to spend that much time on it because like I can't go back and play the old Monster Hunter games because like the control scheme is just too different now. Like this plays like World, Iceborne, and Rise and Sunbreak play like modern action games now. Whereas Monster Hunter, the older ones, like if you need to heal yourself, you would literally pop the potion. Your guy would stand still, drink a potion, and then he would flex to show that he just like got life back. And all this time, like there's a monster out there trying to like destroy your ass. I can't go back to that anymore.
That'd be hilarious if they went back to like Monster Hunter, like maybe like Generations. I would say it was like.
Ooh, I don't know if I don't know if I can go back, but
you could.
If they went back to that and said this is how Monster Hunter is going forward, I would would just dig in and just do it.
Yeah, I think you could if you just
Yeah,
played. I mean, like after like an hour, I think you would just be fine.
yeah, but I mean the shock of playing of going back to generations from playing Monster Hunter World was too bad. It was too staggering for me.
Yeah. Well, man, every time you talk about Monster Hunter, I'm like, I should just do it.
Yeah,
But
like
then,
right now I'm just trying my best. Like there's one monster that I want to see, and that's a monster that would you couldn't play anywhere else except for Monster Hunter Frontier, which is only available in Japan, and it was the actual online. It was the first true online massively multiplayer Monster Hunter game. Like,
And what monster is that? Hoobla
it's
Shaboola?
Shabalama Ding Dong.
The creature's name is Espinas, and
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that
not
one.
bad.
yeah, and it's just a green and red spiky monster, and it's got a bad temper. And I've and when I saw it way back in the day on in Monster Hunter Frontier, I was like, oh my god! Like I was trying to find ways to play Monster Hunter Frontier because they would ping your IP, and if your IP wasn't from Japan, you immediately got banned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, As a matter of fact, I was able to play about 4 hours of the game before my time ran out. You know, and this is before like
Damn.
VPN. This is before VPNs. Now I'm pretty sure like if Monster Hunter Frontier was still out there, people would probably be using VPNs just to play. You know.
I see.
You know,
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, like literally, like you got just enough. Basically, it was like playing the You know, like how like, a lot of these games have like previews, where you can play like 20 hours of a game, and then it's like, oh, you're cut off. You need to pay for the game now.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt with Frontier. But yeah, like Espinas is the monster. Like I've always wanted to play this monster, and I've seen a lot of monsters from Monster Hunter Frontier. Like that Monster Hunter Frontier ran for 9 years. They kept
That's
the server.
pretty
They kept the
decent
servers running. They kept updating it like every season. So like spring, summer, fall, and winter. Every season there was a new drop of content for Frontier. They kept it going for a long time. And this is a game that was built off the skeleton of Monster Hunter 2.
Wow. That's man. I think it's crazy when like MMOs are built off of like an older version of the game.
Mhm.
Right? I forget what game was out. Oh, people are still playing like Phantasy Star. Like Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is literally still built off of the GameCube version of Phantasy Star V2. Right? It's just nuts that game is still going.
Yeah.
And like Final Fantasy 11 is still going. The PC version of Final Fantasy 11, people are still playing that even though it's 20 years old. People are still playing EverQuest. Like it's nuts.
For real, yeah.
Yeah. Look at LeRon having his side conversation in the chat right now. Oh man. Don't act like you didn't play this game on Switch for 1,000 hours there, LeRon.
113 hours. I turned my Switch on the other
Wow.
day just to see where my progress is at. 113 hours.
Not enough.
You know what I want to say. Well, I know for sure I played it more than I played. I know for sure I played that more than I played Generations. But I guarantee you, like, yeah, I guarantee you, I played it longer than I played the Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii. That was one of the most disappointing Monster Hunter games for me. Like, and it wasn't
Because
that
it's on the
game,
Wii.
Well, it's not that. It's not that. Like, honestly, like where the game disappointed me was, okay, so like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which is basically Monster Hunter, the ultimate version of Monster Hunter 2. So you know, like how we have like Monster Hunter Rise, and we have Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is the expansions.
Mhm.
Freedom Unite was the final expansion for Monster Hunter 2. And coming off of that game, and I know it's a little unfair, but coming off of that game, it had over a. You know what? I don't want to lie. So let me look at this real quickly. It had a fuck ton of fucking of boss monsters. You know, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Yeah, and so like Monster Hunter 3 comes out, Monster Hunter Tri comes out for the Wii, and like the number of boss monsters was horribly diminished. Hang on, hang on. I've got it pulled up right now. I'm sorry. You guys got me. You guys got me talking now. This is your fault.
That's what a podcast is. It'd be pretty boring if
Yeah.
nobody was talking. Gonna
Yep.
throw that out there real quick for you, bro.
Okay. So, oh, here we go. Okay, so Monster Hunter Freedom Unite had a total of 81 monsters, 58 large, so 58 boss monsters, right? So we get the Monster Hunter 3. And it's going to be so shocking when I tell you like what it ultimately like broke down to. Is this the one? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so we went from just remember we went from 58 boss monsters. We went from that to monsters. Here we go. All right. It went from 58 to 18. 18.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it literally got to the point because basically low rank and high rank.
Uh-huh.
High rank is just low rank all over again, but the monsters are stronger and stuff. So you only fought the same 18 monsters over. And this is before like we have like the world that we live in now, to where like they just drop DLC, you know. And you have a whole new game, you know, but it's still the same game, so stuff like that. So we didn't get the next game until Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which was on the Wii U and the 3DS. And 3 Ultimate did a better job. Let's put it that way. 3 Ultimate did a better job because 3 Ultimate gave us 51 large monsters, but that's a giant leap from 18.
It's true. That is a large number of increase.
Yeah.
It's like triple
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, but Freedom Unite still has like discounting like Frontier, because Frontier is like its own beast. Freedom Unite had the largest addition of monsters out there, because I don't even think Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, you know, got it that big. Let's see, Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Gosh, it's on sale on Xbox right now too.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you guys all the time, like, well, not you guys, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm like, hey, like this game's on
But
sale right now. Get it
still only runs at 30 frames
on Xbox. Yeah,
on Xbox, and I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. I'm waiting. I'll
Yeah.
just wait for the new one,
it runs native 60 on PC.
and it better have crossplay.
True. All right, so Iceborne had 71 large monsters. As a matter of fact, Iceborne basically doubled like Monster Hunter World's roster, because Monster Hunter World launched with 36. Well, Monster Hunter World by the time Iceborne came out had 36.
Nice.
Yeah. Monster Hunter is a thing. It's a thing I do. Like just like Destiny's a thing that Corey does, and Zelda's a thing that Stephanie does. Like Monster Hunter is my thing. You know, the only game that kind of takes attention away from Monster Hunter, in my opinion, right now is Metroid.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Metroid Dread.
So,
It's a good game though.
That's why I said Deserted Island games for me. Like, there's a Monster Hunter game in there somewhere, and there's a Metroid game in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that episode? That was a fun episode.
It really was. That was your topic, actually, right, Laurent?
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Put some respect in the swimming mechanics of Monster Hunter 3. Oh my god, no.
Laurent starts talking about Monster Hunter, and he brings all the Monster Hunter people in here.
I brought the chat.
Wow. Anyways, Stephanie, what are you playing?
So first, I went to this awesome bar arcade this past weekend. I've never been to before. I've never been to one, and it was so much fun. I want to go back all the time. I mean, the bar part is whatever. They really I mean, I didn't really drink a lot, but like I looked at the prices of the mixed drinks and they were wicked expensive. But it is like my fantasy come true. It was beautiful. It has all the retro games from like the original, like Donkey Kong, Mario, to kind of the things you might see nowadays at a Dave and Buster's, like the Terminator, and they have like a pinball machine section, and they have air hockey. I know that's not a video game, and like racing games, games from the 80s, bunch of fighting games. Like I got to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the old school one, and I got to play Street Fighter 2, the original, I think it was Mortal Kombat 2, and all that awesome stuff. So I had a blast. But as far as what I'm playing at home, I finally made it to Act 3 of Ghost of Tsushima. And this is what I've been waiting for. Speaking of games like you want to take your time with if you enjoy, because all of Act 1, I went on every side mission, I explored every question mark, made every haiku, visited every hot spring. But now I'm like, Stray's coming out in 2 weeks. I need to finish this fucking game.
Did you get your PlayStation Plus? Did you get your Deluxe? Not Deluxe. I'm sorry.
Not yet. But I was gonna like sign up the day before or something so I can maximize my month.
Yeah, I get you. You got what is it? PlayStation Plus? Yeah,
Extra?
No. Extra. Yeah.
I don't see a pre-order option for Stray yet. Just in general, like I would have thought that there would be.
That's weird.
Right? I'm like, I hope they don't plan on delaying it.
I wonder if they're using that as one of the games to draw you into this new tier. You know, like I wonder if you can even like pre-order it at all. You know, I wonder if I honestly wonder if it'll come to the service first.
Well, it's kind of cool though because Arcadegeddon just day one launched on PlayStation Plus as well, like yesterday.
Okay.
So it looks like I'm not sure, and like I it's too early to say right now, but if Sony's giving us two day one games a month, because there's a beginning of the month drop which is for all tiers, and then there's a mid-month drop of a few more games that happens. It's only for extra and premium.
I guess, and you know I've been following Stray very closely.
Oh.
The way they word it is not that it was going to exclusively launch on the service first. They just said it'll drop and it'll also be available. Anyway, well, regardless, I'm going to be on the service so I can play it immediately. So I'm like, I have to hurry the fuck up with Ghost of Tsushima. So for Act 2, I only mainlined it, which breaks my heart, but I'm just like mainline. And I mean, I'm going to not like spoil it, but I think people can guess via the title and just how good storytelling works is you spend Act 1 and Act 2 trying to gather allies to beat the Mongols. Like, that's not news. But I was just waiting for that payout because you spend all these side quests and these missions to rally these people. So basically, between like going from Act 2 to Act 3 is this battle where you do all your allies come together, and it's this immense battle sequence. I almost thought it was Endgame for a minute because it says you're about to enter a long mission. Do you want to continue? I'm like looking at my clock. Oh, it's 10:30. I'm gonna do this, and it was so much fun. And the twist, I wouldn't say it was completely a shocker, but you know, maybe as a half Asian, I know it's based off Japanese culture and I'm Chinese and it's not the same, but it's similar about honor and like doing things a certain way, and you have to do that, and like any other way is wrong, even though that's phrased there's multiple ways to skin a cat. So like, as you can imagine, Ghost of Tsushima versus the traditional samurai way, you can probably guess that Jin Sakai is conflicted with following his code. So you can only you can guess the conflict that he gets into, and we're at that pinnacle of that conflict, which again resonates with me because I'm like, this is the repercussions if you don't kind of follow your honor code or honor system or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just gushing about it because I just played through a very well done fight sequence and dramatic scene. I love it. But yeah, 2 weeks to finish Act 3. That's what I gotta do.
Nice.
You got this.
Yeah, I think I can. But because of that and just holidays, I haven't really played much more than that. I, hit a couple levels on Kirby on the Switch. I did get Death's Door physical, but I'm gonna probably start Death's Door on Xbox since I have Game Pass. So
I
we'll
think we're
see.
going to try to do a spoiler cast on that.
Yeah, so Stray's coming July the 19th.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a Tuesday, so that's when the next we're probably getting an announcement real soon from Sony about the next drop of PlayStation Plus games.
I'm gonna flip out. I wanted to take the day off to play it. That's how much I'm excited. But my work partner, took PTO that week. So I'm like, damn it, one of us needs to be on at all times, and it's that one
Oh,
day.
that sucks.
Yeah. Oh well. Can't win them all.
Just, I don't know, take your PlayStation to work. It'll be fine. Just plop it
You
on your
mean,
desk.
I was gonna say, right behind my work monitor where
Yeah.
it already is at?
Yeah, that. Just bring another monitor in.
Yeah.
Why not?
So
I have
that. No.
I have 4 monitors in this office.
So I had a very good week of gaming. How about you, Corey?
I actually played a lot of games this week. I also watched a lot of things this week because turns out when your family's negative of COVID and you're positive, they leave you alone. So,
Hey, that's a good thing sometimes, right?
yeah. So I mean, I my big project this weekend was to uh clean out and kind of reorganize all my video game stuff and collectible stuff. And I found a bunch of stuff that I think I'm going to get rid of. By the way, guys, anybody like Pokemon cards? Still have a bunch.
Ah, I already spent a ton of money buying blocks set.
So anybody out there, they're all like the original sets that came out in like 99 or whatever. So yeah. I would actually trade for like physical copies of all the Switch games I have on my list, but it's a lot, so whoops. But like I have like some strategy guides and some.
Oh yeah, I want that Skyward Sword one. Did you ever text me back on how much you want to sell it for? You don't have to say it on the air, but just maybe I forgot.
I mean, no.
Okay. All right. Well, clearly you don't really want to sell it.
No, I have 2 of them.
Gotta tease me about it.
No, I
Gosh.
have 2 of them, and I want to get rid of this one because I don't need 2 of them.
I will buy it.
I actually have 3 of them, but that's.
Jeez, Corey, why? Why
Well,
3?
one I bought one to keep sealed and one to open to use, and then I somehow acquired a third one, but I don't remember how. I have a bunch of double guides. I have 2 Gears of War 3 ones. I have a Resident Evil 5 one that I don't know how I came into possession of. I have a ton of like extra strategy guides that I'm like, oh boy, I like guides, but I didn't know I had doubles. I did find my original Ocarina of Time one. It's shredded because I used it so much. It is like at some point I will, maybe after recording, I'll go get it and show you how shredded this thing is. I found my original Pokemon one. I found my original Mario 64 one. These things are used and abused.
The way the guides should be.
Yeah, and like I have like little notes in it, like, this guide is like a little bit wonky, so this is how you really get it. Like stuff like that is weird. So
I really need to find my original Monster Hunter strategy guide, the one from the 2004 Monster Hunter game, because I wore that book out. Like when the spine fell apart, I went out and bought like the report covers that you used to get in school, and I bought a giant ass box of those, and I just put every page in that and threw it all in a 3-ring binder and just kept going.
Yeah, I did that to a couple of my guides, but like, yeah, I mean, I found a bunch of stuff that I think I'm gonna get rid of. I have a God of War statue that I think I'm gonna get rid of just because I don't need it. I'm sure somebody on the PlayStation side of Boss Rush may want it. Not sure, but Yeah, so that was like my big project for the weekend, but I watched Doctor Strange finally, and
Ah,
it was a lot better than I anticipated, just because everybody said, "Oh, it's dumb" or "it's fine."
I
No,
liked it.
Hey Matt,
it was
I
really
quit
really
good.
liked
saying
it.
that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. The only thing I'm not happy about is the ending. Because spoiler alert, I don't like I don't know if Wanda's dead.
Yeah, you would think so, but unless they
Nobody,
show a
no,
dead
not dead.
body, you can't.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But you know what? But here's some cool shit, right? That place Wundagore. That's like the origin home for Wanda and Pietro
Hmm.
in the comics. In the comics.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when they said one like we have to like the thing about Wundagore and like where her magic is most strong at, like there's a correlation between that and the original X-Men comics.
Hmm.
And I thought that was cool. Like I was like I didn't think I'd ever hear that name in the MCU stuff
Hmm.
because X-Men is it's just like in Fox, 20th Century Fox limbo.
Yeah, but Disney owns Fox now,
Oh, I
so.
know, I know.
But I mean, Madrigal was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Madripoor, not Madrigal, Madripoor.
But I mean but that's not wait, that's
There's a whole Wolverine X-Men comic centered around that city.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wolverine's not my favorite X-Men character. So like I only
What?
is he not like
it's okay to be wrong.
I'm
Don't tell
sorry like
don't tell me you're a
I'm-
Gambit guy.
oh God, no, no,
All right.
no.
I remember
no.
when Gambit was like big in the '90s, and he was like, "Oh, Gambit's way better than Wolverine." I'm like,
I never understood. I never understood the appeal of Gambit. I kind of understand the appeal for Wolverine, but Wolverine, in my opinion, has just never been like he's never been a favorite character of mine. Like, and he's done some things. He's done some
And-
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I read when I was reading X-Men comics, like I put that Wolverine on the shelf as soon as Hugh Jackman became Wolverine, and like I just like, you know what I mean? Like he's just a cooler like I would
Yeah.
say a more appealing version of Wolverine
But
to me,
Hugh
Uh,
my
Jackman.
favorite.
even though he's like
Yeah.
not really like who Wolverine is, right? Like he's too
Yeah,
big, he's
yeah,
too nice,
exactly.
he's too.
I love Hugh Jackman.
I know, gosh.
Oh,
I
that
hope,
chest hair.
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope the rumor that he's going to come back and do Deadpool 3 as
Gosh,
like a
that'd be great.
multiverse movie, how Deadpool gets to the MCU. Like that, I mean, that was the original plot of Deadpool 3, and then like the whole Fox Disney limbo thing. And then he did Logan when he was like, I'm done. But
Mhm.
man, I would love to see him come back just one more time as Hugh Jackson, as Wolverine, and don the suit, and like I just think it would be really cool just to do it one more time. So, although Taron
Yeah,
Egerton is rumored to be playing Wolverine now, which is not a bad choice.
Yeah, not a bad choice. No, no, like my favorite mutant from the X-Men franchise is Magneto because I mean Magneto's just been a fucking boss since they first introduced him in the comics.
Yeah.
But my favorite X-Man is Psylocke.
Yeah, sorry, Olivia
Which is
Munn
why
didn't really do her justice.
Yeah, I
in
was so
Apocalypse.
pissed. I was so pissed.
Man, although
I'm
they
so
are
pissed.
you have you seen what they're doing with Magneto in the comics and Professor X to keep them alive, pretty much, because their storylines are so intrinsically tied to their.
Wait, is Xavier back to life? Because it's been a while since I've read X-Men.
Well,
And
yeah,
Cyclops
he's-
killed Charles Xavier.
I know, but so what's happening is they're kind of rewriting Magneto's powers to where like his ability is actually keeping him younger and alive longer, because his origin story is so tied to the Holocaust that like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well, yeah.
2022. He's
Did Corey freeze?
Corey froze.
Did I?
That's weird. That
Huh.
usually doesn't happen.
Usually that's me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't freeze on the thing, so am I back
Damn,
now?
I'm like waiting on a cliffhanger. It's like Holocaust. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, we might have lost him, but he's in control of the stream, so we're gonna lose the stream
Oh
if he goes
no!
down.
Oh
Oh,
no! Hold on, everybody.
I liked First Class, the movie.
Hmm. Let's see if this worked to stream. Let's see if I fixed it here. I don't know if I fixed it or not. It just says connecting. I don't know. Uh-oh. I'm streaming by myself. Let's see if I... It looks like Skype has disconnected for me, so I'm going to rant a little bit here until I figure this out. Let's quit Skype. Maybe. What if we... I'm concerned. Is it working? Oops, something went wrong. All right. Let's try this.
What happened, dude?
I don't know. I was totally just talking to you guys. I could totally hear you guys talking.
Yeah, you froze. You froze, and then I just happened to look over on the Twitch stream,
Yeah.
and you were.
I ended the call because you guys said I froze and I was, yeah. Anyways. Did this work? Did it? Uh-oh, now it says Stephanie's unavailable.
You might be trying to. Oh,
Uh-oh.
wait. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
I don't know. Participants.
Incoming call from Stephanie. Answering this call will place you on hold. Why can't I merge the call?
I don't know. I can't merge the call either.
There you go.
Oh, there she is. Hi.
There we go.
Hi.
Is everybody back now? Can you hear me and see me? Because I could totally
Yes.
hear you say
Yes.
you couldn't hear me or see me.
Weird.
Like when you said I froze, I thought like maybe just my video froze, and so I just kept talking, and then you guys were quiet, and then all of a sudden you guys said you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
So neat. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about, and now I got to make an editing note at 1
maybe-
hour
maybe-
and 7 minutes.
Magneto, Holocaust, staying
Right.
young forever.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
And the way they're rewriting Charles Xavier is that he can, I mean, he can do this already anyway, but they're kind of making it more prevalent in the comics now, is that like he can transfer his consciousness into another body, and he can people can still see him as Charles Xavier.
Interesting.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, anyways, by the way, seeing Patrick Stewart in the yellow wheelchair in
Yeah.
Multiverse
Doctor
of
Strange,
Madness was
yes.
Yeah.
awesome. Like, and they like, I knew people said they played the X-Men cartoon theme song when he rolled in. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. But then like when they played it and it was just like very subtle and very like fitting
Yeah.
for the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Oh, I loved it. Very sad what happened.
Yeah, but oh man, and like John Krasinski as Reed Richards, like that was cool, and Haley Atwell coming back as Captain Carter. Oh my gosh, I was in love for like the whole 7 minutes she was in the movie. Especially because I've been rewatching Agent Carter for Standard Def. Like, man, she's cool. I hope she gets her own movie. I hope there's some sort of incursion where they have to like fold all the multiverse into one universe at some point, which I'm assuming they're going to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just assume they're going to. But yeah, so I watched that. I actually played a lot of games too, though. I played a lot of Death's Door. I'm not as far as Ed seems to be because he's been messaging me about it and spoiling the whole thing. Jerk.
So not to ruin the party here, but Andre is like he's getting Rise on Friday.
Oh, that's fine. He's allowed. You
Oh.
crossroaders. Go have fun over there. Sure glad we brought that guy on. Jeez.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Like I still like that clip from 2 weeks ago. Like that's still the best.
yeah, that was pretty good. But
Yeah, that nerd synergy.
Mm.
But yeah, Death's Door is really good. I can't believe how much I love this game. It's been a while since a game has grabbed me like this game has grabbed me, and it's kind of exciting too because like all I want to do is play it, and I know I'm not going to be able to play it for a little while, and I'm just kind of sad.
Dude, I still remember when Jesse was gushing over that game when you guys were on Arsenal X.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and I mean I remember that too, but I was like I just kind of blew it off. I'm like, okay, it looks like another isometric Zelda game that I probably will never play. But yeah, so I mean that game's great. I've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors, which is the game's fine. The story is way better than the game is, and that's the only thing that's really keeping me going at this point. I just don't care for the Warriors games, but Shez is cool. The main character of the game is really cool, and the story is really interesting. Actually, if you're into Fire Emblem Three Houses story and lore, I guess. So that's been fun. Destiny, a big one. Final story beat of the season hit this week. Pretty emotional one, I would say. Actually, if you're into Destiny, I think Andre knows what I'm talking about.
Is it everything you dreamed it would be?
I mean,
weren't you saying you weren't really grabbed by this season?
The season itself is not very fun. Like the seasonal events and some of the content is not very good. But like the story elements are always interesting, and seeing actually Destiny was a racing game at one point, so don't despair Racing League, dude. Bring it back. I want the cool tight armor to make my Titan not look awful. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Stephanie looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" But yeah, no. The seasonal storyline was great at the end. You know, like it's all about fighting your like this seasonal story is about fighting your inner demons and like what's still holding you back from being like reaching your full potential and stuff, and it's centered around these nightmares that have been unleashed, and you know the darkness is trying to corrupt you with your nightmares, and it's about how you kind of grow from the pain that you've encountered in your life. And it's really an interesting kind of Destiny does a really interesting thing where they actually tell a lot of great stories revolving around like mental health and LGBTQ and racism, and they do it in a way that like it's sometimes when they tell stories like that it kind of feels really heavy-handed and annoying sometimes,
like on the nose.
Yeah, like not to be like disrespect that kind of storytelling or anything, but like sometimes it's really heavy-handed. They do it in a way that's like very nuanced and very clever, and it's very fun to see unfold, and it's been very cool to see them kind of tell these stories in a world where, on Tower Casuals we always say it's about space wizards and fighting bug people, and they're telling these stories that are like this, and it's really nice to see.
Well, I like subtle and nuanced because sometimes when you're heavy-handed, and there might be reasons why they go that route, but if they don't tread carefully, heavy-handedness to me can be associated with just being, patronizing and pandering. So
Yeah.
gotta walk that fine line.
Yeah. And like they just treat everything like it's normal, which is how the world should treat these things, right? Like two of the biggest characters in the game are Saint 14 and Osiris, and they're partners, they're gay, and they're like the whole focal point of the season, or of the almost the last season of the last expansion in this story arc. And it's really cool like to see these two characters that are so front and center like all the time, and they're just they're gay, but they're just like it's just normal, like it's I don't know, it's just cool to see stuff like that without you know I don't know, there's just great storytelling. So I've been playing that, and then I've been playing Outriders, which is the complete opposite, which is just like so early 2000s stupid, but the powers are super fun. And every time I play this game, I'm like, why aren't I just playing this? Why aren't I just not playing this like all the time? And I'll play it for like an hour and have a great time, and then I won't think about it for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, and then I'll pick it back up and be like, oh yeah. But that's what I've been playing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks, I'll say. But yeah, this COVID, man, it's been kicking my butt. I've been more tired earlier this past 2 weeks than I mean, I'm always tired, but like this is like a different type of tired. And like the shortness of breath and the coughing and stuff is just not agreeing with me. I don't like it.
I really hope that gets better, because that long COVID shit, I know we've talked about this so many times, but that scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
it scares me
yeah,
too.
me too.
And with how sick I got, like last week especially, like if I wasn't vaccinated and boosted, like I'm like I think about it, I'm like, what if I wasn't? How bad would it be? So anyways,
Speaking of mid-year, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask if anybody wanted to talk about anything else before we head into the mid-year draft.
I mean, not really. I wanted to wait till I showed it off, but I did get, because I keep spending money on I Am 8-Bit. I discovered I Am 8-Bit, and they're kind of like a limited run, and I noticed they sell a lot of Annapurna stuff, whereas I think Special Reserve sells a lot of Devolver stuff. I ordered this Annapurna interactive collection because they're one of my top 2 publishers / developers. It has like 6 or 8 of their games in one package.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that when they announced it, like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, maybe. Yeah, but there's like 8 or something games in it for like I think it's like a PS4 collection or something.
So I hope that's fine. I looked it up, but I think, Laurent, when we talk about PS5 to PS4 compatibility, is it by game, or like if you have the CD, it'll definitely play?
I want to say a good like 90% of the PlayStation titles will play, digital or physical.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I did Google it, and the short list that I've been reading didn't have any of those games on there. So
I think
there are some games out there that, for some strange reason, like it's something about like the way they're built, like it's not doing the PS5 architecture any justice. Which
I think the initial list was like 12 games that didn't work. Like but like I think most of them were PSVR games. Actually, I think there are only
there was a
3 or 4 PS4 games on there.
There were a few out there, like because a buddy of mine got really pissed because he traded in first of all, dumbass traded in his God of War edition PS4 to get a PS5, and then like he was going on the whole thing that it's backwards compatible for PS4 games, which for the most part it is, and then he looked on the list, and Nier Automata was one of the games that wasn't playable. I think it's playable now. On PS4,
which shocks me.
On PS5, but it wasn't.
With Sony's relationship with Square, that shocks me.
But yeah,
I think it had something to do with the game itself, and not.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't want to speak too out of turn because of course like somebody would think I'm s-wording for for Sony and
But yeah, I got that. I also ordered a physical copy of the Untitled Goose Game, but the Lovely Edition, just because I want a physical copy of it.
that game.
Yes. And then also, limited run just opened pre-orders for Glover, so I pre-ordered Glover.
Oh
It's an
yeah.
N64 game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like a re-release of it's the N64 cart though, right?
It's the actual N64 cart. Like they had in
Yeah.
big capital letters, like make sure it's compatible before you pre-order it.
Yeah. That's funny. That's cool. I did you get the one with the glove in it?
No, that was too much money.
Oh,
I
no,
love Glover, but I
the
don't love Glover
glove.
that much. I don't know. The gloves plushie just looked weird. I don't know.
It's because it's a glove.
I don't know. I felt like it could have been made a bit better. I don't know. I feel weird sleeping with a hand glove with eyes.
Man, I feel like I would just feel like I was getting hugged every night before I go to bed.
Or fondled.
It's even better or worse depending on where you're at in your life.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I'm good with just the N64 cartridge. Thank goodness I kept that system. I regret selling all my systems, but I did for new systems, but N64 I will not let go.
I thought about getting rid of my PlayStation 2 that's downstairs just because I don't ever, but I kept all the games that I wanted to keep for it. I have God of War 1 and 2, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 10. What else do I have? There's like Final Fantasy 12 Collector's Edition is downstairs. I think I have like 10 games for it. But it's the white slim one that you could only get with that SingStar bundle.
Oh, I remember that one.
And and it was $100 when it came out, and I was like, well, if I'm going to leave this hooked up to my TV, I might as well replace the one I have so it lasts longer, was my initial thought. And then I got an Xbox 360 and never turned it back on. So, whoops. Yeah. And then I have like all those games physically on another console, and it's like, well, why do I want to keep this now? I have a lot of great memories of the PS2, but I don't know. I'm not like super attached to it. So I still have all my Nintendo consoles, by the way, except for a Virtual Boy.
No one cares about that.
If anybody has a Virtual Boy out there, I'll trade you my Pokemon cards for it. Just kidding. No, I won't. Because the Virtual Boy's not worth that much.
I was gonna say,
The thing is, though, is I had one, and when I had one, I was poor and had to pay rent, and I ended up selling it to pay rent. Which,
hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. It was super hurtful, though. It's fine. Anyways, you know what's super hurtful? All these games that get delayed on our Metacritic list.
Who's the one that had Forspoken? Please tell me it was me.
I'm checking that right now.
Yeah, I think it's pinned in our Discord. I always think it's
I
pinned
have
in
it
the
up.
Discord. You do?
Yeah. Oh, it's LaRon. You had Forspoken.
Ooh.
Oh well.
So how do we want to do this? Should we just like verbally like read off what we had and what our scores are so far?
Yeah, I mean we can. Don't worry,
Or
LaRon. Bayonetta 3 is probably gonna get delayed also.
I know. But you know what? I just want to be able to point at Ed and laugh when when it does get delayed.
I don't think it looks that good. I'm really worried about that game, to be honest.
It looks like Bayonetta.
It doesn't though.
Maybe I need to like watch
There's monster battles in it. Which
you know what? I probably need to watch the trailer again.
I don't understand. I'm not like I am like worried about Bayonetta, to be honest.
Well, actually, honestly, like I feel like. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna call Advance Wars like that's a loss.
No, it's not. It's coming out this year.
It's gotta come out this year. Okay, before
The
we
rumor
start
is
just talking about
August.
random games,
No.
let's remind everybody what we did.
Yeah.
We did a Boss Rush draft for 2022.
We did.
How many games we picked? 10?
10?
Yeah, 10 games.
10.
15?
10? 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
Oh, we had a bonus game. We must have a bonus game because
Ah.
11 seems like very like lopsided.
Haha, God of War is coming out in November, though, so I got saved today.
Yeah, so, and that's what we did. And we logged in our scores for games that have already come out, and games that definitely got delayed to next year got a big fat 0. And I think we all got affected by that.
Oh, no, I forgot Sea of Stars got delayed to next year, too. Oh, no. Its Stalker got delayed. Oh, no, I'm
All right.
screwed.
You know what? I'm going to start then. So my list.
Oh, no. I hate
I
my
had
list. Can I trade?
I had,
Are we open to
No.
trades? Anybody?
No, why would why would we trade?
I don't know.
You know what? You know what though? Maybe we can pull. Maybe we can be like, you can take one game that you know is automatic 0 and replace it with something. Maybe we can.
No.
Maybe we can do that.
the one that has not already gotten a 0 yet, but we know it's going to be a 0.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't have any of those.
Hey, you got
anyways.
God of War though. You got God of War though.
I know, but it's coming out. It
Dude,
got a
you got
release date
Gotham
today.
Knights. You got Gotham Knights on. Oh, hold on, Stephanie, start.
Yeah,
Please.
okay. So what we're gonna do is kind of name off our lists. Stephanie can go first. There. Nobody
Thank
say
you.
anything except for Stephanie.
So
Everybody
I
shut
start...
up.
You're so fresh. I hate you. Can I go?
Yeah. Please go. Please go.
I had Sifu, which got an 80. I love that game. I think it deserved that score, if not a little bit higher. Saints Row, Gran Turismo 7, which was an 87. Mario plus Rabbids, Spark of Hope, that will be good. Stray, Triangle Strategy got an 83. I don't recall, but maybe someone can pull it up real quick. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
am
Shredder's
right now.
Revenge. This one was so disappointing. This probably hurts more than the Breath of the Wild 2 that I got 0 for. Is Aztec Forgotten Gods. I had so much faith in that indie game, and it got a 53. Splatoon 3, Breath of the Wild 2 with a big fat 0, and a Plague Tale Requiem. So I'm doing,
Ninja Turtles got an 89, by the way.
Yay!
Wait. Is it absolutely confirmed that Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming this
Yeah,
year?
they already
Yes.
said it wasn't.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, Nintendo put its own video out saying that it's not coming out. It wasn't even a
Oh,
direct.
that's right.
It was
right.
its
I remember
own
that now.
3-minute video of sadness
Hey, well, not.
of Enuma standing in a black room with his
Yep.
cool T-shirt going,
I remember that now.
Oh, and a fresh haircut.
Zelda's canceled. Bow.
So sorry.
Team needs a little bit longer to work. That was an imitation of the translator, not Enuma. Sorry if I didn't mean that to sound like
Offensive.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that totaled up to 389. Who's going next?
Me.
I'll go next. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
Yeah. All right, so my scores are not nearly as high. Who's adding this for me? I guess I can do that.
I added everyone's numbers.
Oh, you did? Oh, great. Great. So I had Nobody Saves the World, which got a 79, which I'm surprised it was that low. I have Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is coming out next month. God of War Ragnarok. Starfield, which is a big fat 0. Tunic, which is an 85. Stalker 2, which is another big fat 0. Because that game is indefinitely delayed because of the war. Of course, everybody stay safe over there. Your safety is more important than my Metacritic draft score. That was mean. I'm sorry. No, everybody stay safe, please. My wife's family knows people over there, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights, which is still supposedly coming out this year. Sea of Stars, which just recently got announced that it was being delayed to next year, so big fat 0. Marvel Midnight Suns also got delayed again, but not out of this year yet. MLB The Show 22, which got a 77. And Tiny Tina's Wonderlands also got a 77. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think Marvel's Midnight Suns is gonna. If Marvel's Midnight Suns scores higher than 75, I'll be surprised.
yeah, I know. Me too. Very concerned about that game as well. Man, I need God of War and Xenoblade to score perfect 10s, perfect 100s across the board.
Well, they'll do well for sure.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
anticipating
know.
I'm anticipating God of War getting like a 90, unless something really traumatic happens, like like a leak like Last of Us 2.
I think God of War is going to hover around an 85.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think everybody's going to judge. I think, first of all, I think PlayStation first party games are going to be rated harder this time around because A, it's PlayStation and it's popular and people are just going to start rating it hard. B, a lot of their sequels have been like the first games were so good that the sequels are just kind of like more of the same.
You know what?
And I think people are going to judge it on that as well.
If Starfield wasn't a thing, this would have been last year's most. If Starfield and Elden Ring weren't a thing, like this would have been last year's most anticipated game.
I mean, I agree with you. Actually, I don't agree with you. I don't think so. I feel like God of War is a very divisive game. The people that love it absolutely love it, and the people that don't just don't care that it exists. And like, I'm kind of one of those people that could go either way on a sequel, to be honest.
I guess, but I'm not I haven't played God of War yet. I know it's crazy. I want to and I will. But I don't know. I feel that there's definitely a lot of hype there. But yeah, sequels are hard to predict.
Wait, you have a PS5? Oh, yeah, you don't have PlayStation Plus right now.
No, but I used to have the account and I got God of War. So whenever I renew, I'll have that free again. Actually, I think I also just bought it.
It did get a PS5 enhancement patch, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll play it when I get a PlayStation. I will get it. I will play it because I like that series, but it's not like, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still feel like God of War and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will catapult you up because like my scores. Look at Aztec. That got a 53. I got.
Yeah, but you don't have nearly as many zeros as we do.
Yeah, true.
Well, and I think honestly, it's Shredder's Revenge helped save me a little bit.
Because my zeros are just now starting to hit the list.
Speaking of,
because Final Fantasy. Okay, here we go. All right, so for my 11 games, I have Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which scored an 87 on Metacritic. Horizon Forbidden West, which scored an 88. Elden Ring, which scored a 96. That's my top. That's my top scorer right now. Ghostwire Tokyo did a 77, which that was kind of disappointing because I actually enjoyed that game. We've got the Callisto Protocol, which is coming up in December. That's gonna be my Hail Mary right there.
I think that game's gonna score higher than you think it is.
Do you think it'll score higher than God of War? Ragnarok? You think it will? We should start a side bet.
I think it will. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Callisto Protocol. I think so many people are hungry for Dead Space, and the fact that this is coming out before Dead Space and it's by Schofield and his team, like I think this game is gonna score low 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Is my guess.
All right, and then here comes the first walk of shame: Advanced Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp.
Not yet. We don't know.
I don't believe shit. I'm not believing shit anymore right now.
Laurent's too hurt. He doesn't want to love again.
It's either August or December.
See,
it's coming out this year.
I would be more in the camp of December than because
But it's done. That game is done. That game is so done.
Then fucking launch the game.
He's getting triggered. He's getting triggered.
Fuck. I mean, it's not that at this point. It's not that insensitive anymore. I mean, I'm gonna be real, and yeah, like no. I am totally standing for Ukraine in this situation and stuff like that. Russia's some fucking dickholes, and I hope Vladimir Putin gets gynosyphilis, and all his nutty bits fall off and shit because this is some bullshit. He's ruined our goddamn economy, and basically he's fractured the world. One fucking man. Like I didn't think. It's funny because I thought a United States president would fracture the world, not some dumbass in a country that's already failing and falling apart. And I'm sorry to anyone that's Russian right now and that's listening because I love you guys and stuff. Your president.
It's not the Russian people; it's the Russian government.
Yeah. Like I'm sorry you guys have like fuckheads running your country, but you know what? if you live here in the United States, this is what we could be like right now. Like we could be a bunch of fuckheads too. So like you better get your ass out there and fucking vote. And I'll say politics for after dark.
I think when the Russians vote, their votes genuinely do not count.
Their votes don't count because like they don't really have like a true democracy like we are attempting to do. I'm sorry.
Are
Let
we?
me stop. Let me stop. Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp. I'm just glad I didn't put money down in the pre-order. That's all I'm gonna say. Then my next game was Final Fantasy 16, which we now know is coming out in 2023. Little Devil Inside. I haven't heard shit else about this game.
I don't even know what that game is. Like when you picked it, I didn't know what this game was.
So you never looked it up?
No.
Is it a horror game?
It
sounds like something like Little Nightmares. That's the game I thought of when you first said that.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Where's the trailer at? Here, I'm gonna just put the trailer in our. I'm just gonna put the trailer in our chat. You guys look at that while I continue to talk about my list. Here you go. All right, so let me see. So Little Devil Inside, I have no idea what happened to this fucking game. I think it just fell off a cliff somewhere. Like it still says it's set for 2022 release, but there's no actual like date. So who knows? Who knows? Bayonetta 3, which Corey is thinking is getting a goose egg for this year, and I'm almost tempted to believe him. You know, Forspoken, we just got the news at 9:30 tonight that game got delayed until 2023. So there's another 0 for me.
I'm shocked that game keeps getting delayed.
Yeah,
it looks cool though.
I told you the game looked a mess. Like the 2 times that we saw stuff on it, I was like, this is the game y'all are putting y'all hopes and dreams on.
I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to it. The couple things I've seen on Forspoken, it looks awesome.
And you want to know the bad? They want to know the bad part now. Like I think because of Forspoken's delays and stuff, like it's actually gonna hurt his Metacritic score.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll still play it. Like it's funny though. Like the games that have me excited for a PlayStation 5 are not PlayStation games. They're Square's games.
Because I mean, people say that like a game's development cycle doesn't affect how they vote. How they vote and how they score BS. A game. But that's some bullshit because like people take this shit personally. Like I try to claim I'm unbiased. So like when Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp comes out, this shit better like just like how we talked about nostalgia in video games 2 weeks ago on Crossroads. Oh well, a week ago on Crossroads. This shit better bring back my nostalgia, or like my Metacritic score is going to be below a 90. My personal Metacritic.
LeBron says I'm unbiased. When you mention Advance Wars, he goes into like a convulsion.
I just raged.
Right? He's foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
I just start raging. And then my final pick was Hogwarts Legacy, which it's still looking like that's coming out on time, right?
Yeah, I think that's coming out in November, I think.
I have a funny feeling that Hogwarts Legacy might be my low score. Honestly, I don't know. Like, there's just something that the more and more I hear about, the more it's like, this game might be.
That game's gonna get judged because of J.K. Rowling.
I don't think it's gonna be judged because of J.K. Rowling. I think it's gonna get actually judged on the merit of.
Have you read all the places that said they're not covering the game because of her?
Yeah, wow. I've heard. Yeah, I've heard about that. But that's neither here nor there. People. Okay, so what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, there's not that many people will actually throw in scores at it for Metacritic. Like that means its odds of having a higher score are good.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, that's how a lot of percentages work. It's like you can have straight A's. You can have straight A's through 3 terms of school, and the moment you get your first B, then you're working to never get 100 again.
Yeah. So I just watched that trailer for Little Devil Inside.
Uh-huh.
Not what I thought, but it looks cool.
It looks cool as shit.
Awesome.
That's what you just sent us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it comes out because now I want to play it.
Well, I mean,
it's this game. Okay.
I mean, let's look for all of our picks. We have some good picks out there, but it could always be worse because I mean, like someone could have, picked Goodbye Volcano High.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
So the way it's calculated now, before we found out that Forspoken got delayed, we actually all had 4 games with scores, I believe. LeRon, your total at 348. I don't know how. I totaled at 389. I think that was just because of Shredder's Revenge. Corey 318.
Great. Last place.
Dude, we're halfway through the year, man.
Just
This
like
is
my
why we're
life.
doing this.
Callisto Protocol is going to be my dark horse.
I'm telling you, dude, that's going to be like your second highest rated game. I'm telling you, that game's
Yeah.
I'm not even a fan of like Dead Space or anything. Like
I am so shocked that Elden Ring has a 96. I am so shocked.
That game has sold over 20 million units.
Yeah.
Why?
Damn it! I should have put Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on this shit.
You probably should have. Why didn't you?
Let me see.
Wait, wasn't there a rule that we weren't supposed to do expansions? I think there was a rule, right?
No, because because we talked about Destiny and the Witch Queen, and I decided that I wasn't going to pick it because
Sunbreak has an 86. Sunbreak has an 86 on PC and an 86 on Switch. Damn.
Should have picked it. Anyways.
So
side tangent. That Splatoon Switch looks cool.
Yeah. Not that I need another one.
I know, but it looks cool.
You know, I just want some white Joy-Cons.
I have some.
Unopened?
No. They're on my Switch. I use them. I'm just telling you I have them. I didn't say I was going to get rid of them.
You sit up here like offering to give Stephanie, like sell Stephanie unsealed shit, and I'm sitting here like, man.
I didn't say I was selling it to her. I asked her if she was interested in a sealed Skyward Sword hardback strategy guide.
And I said yes. And what happened with that? Corey just wanted to tease me.
I got busy at work because Wednesdays at work are my busiest days.
I hope Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope scores well. As much as I'm psyched about Stray, I don't think it's going to score very high. Like, I don't think it's going to score low, but I'm just going to think it's going to be average, like 80 or something.
Yeah, it's going to be a low 80 in my opinion. So if I look at your list, yeah, like it looks like if Breath of the Wild 2 was coming out this year, Breath of the Wild 2 would have been your winner. But we've got Plague Tale Requiem. I think that's going to score you. That's going to be your.
Yeah.
Let me see. You've got an 89, an 87, an 83. Like Plague Tale Requiem is going to be in the 80s. Like looking at your list, it's going to be another 80 score. So that's going to be nice for you.
Yeah. I think Shredder's Revenge is going to stay the highest score. I can't, as much as I think Sparks of Hope will score well, I don't think it's going to top an 89.
Yeah, Corey.
Splatoon 3. I don't know.
Corey, looking at your list, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, God of War Ragnarok, and Gotham Knights are going to be your heavy hitters.
I don't think Gotham Knights is going to score high.
I think it is.
I
think it is. It's a highly anticipated like Batman game.
It's not though. People are dogging that game all over the internet.
But are they the actual people that Metacritic calls critics?
I mean, IGN is one of them, which they're like their score is like the highest rated.
You know what? I have to tell you this. Like, I don't really trust IGN that much. I feel like IGN is one of those companies that are bought.
I haven't paid attention to IGN in like years. I don't even listen to their podcasts anymore. Like last holdout was Unlocked, and I just stopped listening. But the only person there I like anymore is Ryan McCaffrey. Like he's the only person I listen to anymore, and it's like, well, I don't know. It just
wait. Where'd my boy Damon Hatfield go?
Oh yeah, I do listen to Game Scoop once a week. I forgot.
Okay.
But they're like the old guard though. You know, they're not. They're like, I don't know, the last of the old guard, I guess you say. Anyways, I don't think Gotham Knights is going to score high anyway, because nobody liked the Arkham Origins, which was the last game they put out, and nobody seems to be liking this game, which is dumb. I don't think Midnight Suns is going to score high either, so I'm like, Xenoblade and God of War need to score really high for me to have any chance.
I'm gonna keep my eye on Gotham Knights. I am.
I bet it scores mid-70s.
So
mid-70s? Okay.
So I had to say it like Callisto Protocol is probably gonna be it for me. Like if Bayonetta 3 is coming out this year, I will see.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bayonetta 3 as long as Platinum's pedigree, as long as Platinum's pedigree for what they like to do is good, like Bayonetta will break into the 80s.
Hmm.
But if we're looking at another one, what's that game that just came out?
What? Oh, Babylon's Fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who had
But if
one
we're, but
concurrent
we want it
Steam
was,
player?
but we wind up with some shit like that, like
Bayonetta needs a hit because Platinum's in trouble. That's all I
yeah,
have to say.
Platinum's in trouble. Platinum's in trouble. And the sad part is, I don't know, maybe Capcom was right all those years ago when they let those guys go. Maybe,
Well, they didn't let
I
him go.
love
They
Platinum games.
left. They left.
Oh, they left. Oh, they
Yeah.
left because they wanted creative control, and
Yeah.
maybe they need creative control. Like apparently, like when Nintendo supervises
Well,
them, we got goodness.
you saw those tweets like what, maybe 2 months ago, where they were like basically begging Microsoft to buy them.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. The shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Platinum's in trouble.
well, I
They're
don't know.
so hit or
Well,
miss. Like
well, here's the thing about
for
that.
every
Like, I don't think,
Bayonetta, you get a legend. You get two games like Legend of Korra or Ninja Turtles, right? Like, you just don't. It, but then you have like great games like Near,
Mm.
and then you get just Babylon's Fall and Scalebound.
see, that's why I don't think Microsoft is gonna fuck with them because it's
I know.
scalebound.
I know. I don't like.
Like they better hope Sony grabs them, and I think they're persona non grata in Japan.
I think some of them are gonna. Some of them have already headed back to Capcom to work on Monster Hunter. I think.
For real?
Yeah.
Mm.
I know one of their mid-tier like combat people left to go back to Capcom, and I think one of their artists left to go back to Capcom.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, anyways, I think we need to add to our lists.
All right. Are we just doing like one more, two more? I mean, I honestly can't think of a lot to add. I know we just had a bunch of showcases and stuff like that, but I'm just like, none of them really was like, oh yeah, this is gonna go on my.
I mean, like at the beginning of the year when we thought all these games were coming out and E3 was still a thing and everything, like I thought we would add like 5 mid-year, but like I don't think there's even that many to add.
Exactly. So maybe we should just do like one or two.
Yeah. By the way, all you PlayStation 5 people out there, and I know you guys can pick this or not, I don't care. Valkyrie Elysium is going to be a sleeper hit for you guys, for PlayStation owners. Valkyrie Profile and Valkyrie Samaria are some of the best RPGs that nobody's ever played. And,
it's launching September 29th. Okay.
And the deluxe edition of Elysium is coming with the remake of 1 that they put out on PSP. I'm like, that's, if you're going to point to a game for me to buy a PlayStation 5 this year, that's it.
So you're telling me that's going to be one of your picks?
I mean,
you better claim it now. You better claim
I'm
it.
not going first. Stephanie's going first.
No, I think you should go first because you currently are the
You
lowest score.
I gotta fuck around and let someone get.
I gotta see what else is
coming.
I gotta see what else is coming out this year. Somebody hasn't picked. All
right. Well, while he's looking, I will go first, and I will be kind because I did take a lot of games from you, not intentionally, when we first did this. I am going to do. Actually, let me just Google to make absolute sure that this is coming out this year. Release date: Return to Monkey Island.
That's an interesting pick.
Oh.
That's quite a pick.
Hey, it's Devolver. I have faith in Devolver.
Did you see all the crap that what's his face was getting from that?
I should stick to my PlayStation roots and call this game that's coming out in September.
And that is
The Last of Us Part 1 remake.
Oh. Ooh.
But hold on, I'm still looking at the list. Give me 1 second here.
I need to find a decent list.
There's also Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that game's getting. I think that game will score in the mid 80s.
Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Maybe I should do something uncalled for.
You can have your 70s. It's fine.
You said 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just being a jerk.
So,
I don't really know how good or
yeah.
bad those games are going to be.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. It might be The Last of Us remake, but hold on a second, because I thought another one caught my eye here. What was it? Oh, Stephanie already has Saints Row. Damn it.
She does have Saints Row.
Yeah.
Remember that game was
Saints Row.
supposed to come out in February?
Yeah.
There's a free character
Saints.
creator on there, by the way, that you can
Oh yeah.
create your character and then import that
Oh.
character into the game when it comes out.
Oh, the other game, like the other game that I was thinking about was Live Alive. But I don't know. You know what? I feel like I can't trust that one.
I was like, don't you dare.
Oh,
All right,
I
so
didn't
yeah,
know this
it's
was coming out this year.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Last of Us remake,
Okay.
Last of Us Part One. I feel like lightning's gonna strike twice, a third time.
All right. So you picked Last of Us Part 1. Let's
Mhm.
see. Oh, why did I do that? Dang it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, sorry everybody. I'm just trying to I hit enter instead of shift enter in Discord. Last of Us, Us Part 1. And then Stephanie, what did you pick?
Return to Monkey Island.
Return to Monkey. I bet that game's gonna score well. They got the original creator back to do it, and
Yeah. I think it has a chance.
Yeah, I know this is not gonna score well, but I love the series anyway. I'm picking Valkyrie Elysium.
Okay.
Gosh, I want to play that game so bad, and it's not coming to Xbox. All right, Stephanie, what's your second pick?
I'm going to do Live Alive.
Oh man. Did you not listen to Pow Block this week yet?
No, I have not.
Ed was not very high on that game, and you know how Ed is.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What? Like this?
I thought he was.
Yeah,
He
I
played
really
the
thought he
demos
was
out,
too.
and he said he played the demo, and he was not very high on it.
All right. Well, whatever. I already made my choice.
Are you sure you don't want to change it? This is your one chance. This is your finger on the chess piece moment.
I know, but now the pressure's on me to think about other games because that's the only other one I was thinking about. That was on my list.
Hmm.
You know what? I'll still stick with it.
Okay.
At least it's not a 0.
It's true. It'd be pretty shocking if it got delayed 3 weeks from when it's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Laron.
I don't know why I want to take this chance on the next gen releases of Persona 5 Royal. I don't know why.
Is that
But
a
I'm not
is
call-
that a choice? Can you do that?
I'm not calling that though. No, I'm not calling that.
Take
I
a
really
chance
do
on
feel like I really do feel like it should be one of these Pokemon games, but I don't know. Like I feel like, but the one time I do, like I have no faith in Pokemon, so I feel like the one time I actually throw a Pokemon list on my a Pokemon game on my list, that's when it'll really like screw me over.
Well, it depends on what you're aiming for. If you're looking for a blockbuster, it could be risky, but I feel like it's a safe bet. Like I don't think it's going to score poorly. At worst, it's going to score average. I don't know.
Yeah.
True. You could pick that weird Lord of the Rings game where you play as Gollum.
Oh, Gollum. I swear, like the fanboys are getting like nerd boners about that game, and I'm just like, really?
My boss told me today they were talking about The Hobbit during our meeting today, and I made the joke of, it would make the Hobbit movies better if you turn them off and watch something else, and not very. I thought it was a good joke.
You're about to get some shit assignments.
That's fine.
I'll
just make them better.
I feel like that might be. I feel like I might be killing my list with this one, but I think I'm going to go with I'm going to go with fucking Modern Warfare 2.
Dang it.
All
I was
right.
gonna pick that.
Yeah. Hold on. Is that my final answer? Is that my final answer? Hey, Kung Fury's coming to Switch.
No, Modern Warfare 2 is a good choice.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Fine, I'll take my backup choice of Star Ocean: The Divine Force.
I was about to pick that. I really was.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike, man.
Yeah. I like Star Ocean.
Well, no, this Star Ocean looks like it could be a contender.
I know. I mean, this looks like a AAA Star Ocean, not like Last Hope, which was the weird fourth game that only came to Xbox for like 2 years, and then it came to PlayStation in another weird version. I don't know. Weird video games. We like them. Well, let's see. Okay, so do we want to read off our list again, or do we just want to kind of put a bow on this topic here?
Just put a bow on it.
Okay. That was my tying of a bow. You didn't see
All
it,
right.
though, because I'm so fast. I've got energy, don't you?
I've had my 2 Red Bulls, and I'm just staying awake.
It's fair. All right. Well, anybody else have another topic, or do we want to put a nice little bow on this episode? I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours, so.
Like a second bow?
Let's wrap it. I
Yeah,
have some
another
Monster Hunter
bow.
to play.
You could never have too many bows, Stephanie.
I have some Monster Hunter to play. Let's wrap it.
All right. Clearly,
live with a
LeBron has priorities.
Do you live with a 3-year-old girl? You can never have too many bows. Okay.
Okay.
How often do you dress up dolls?
Oh God. I'm just gonna leave that there. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. Remember, you can find it every Friday on your podcast service of choice. If you subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, you can get the audio version of this show for just $1 1 week early. But if not, it's no big deal. You can watch us for free, listen to us for free, watch us live on Twitch and YouTube every Wednesday. Like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen to the show. If you listen on iTunes and Spotify, 5 stars, please. Thanks. Stephanie, where can we find you?
People can find me on the internets on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author. My articles on bossrush.net and some other podcasts here and there in the network, like After Dark and Standard Definition, the Disney edition. That didn't come out right. But anyway.
Series?
Yeah.
Series.
Yeah.
By the way, I read your letter today on the website for Nintendo Pal Block. It was very nice. It was very nice. Thank you.
Read my editorial, guys. Like Corey did.
I did.
No, I'm talking to the listeners.
I know. But
Okay.
I'm saying I did. I read it.
Thank
So
you.
you know it's good. LaRon, where can we find you?
You can find me in various places by looking up Exodus 803. That's social media, mainly Twitter and Instagram, as well as Twitch and YouTube. Do not forget, Crossroads, the video game podcast now happens on my YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Exodus803. And also Exodus803 is also my Steam and PlayStation Network ID. So there's always that.
Nice. You can
Play Monster Hunter with me.
Don't do it, everybody. He's gonna make you buy the PC version. You're gonna have to upgrade.
Build your own computer.
You don't have to upgrade your computer, man. The specs, the requirements to play Monster Hunter are Sunbreaker so whack.
See? Whack. That means you have to build a $6,000 machine to play a game you can play on your Nintendo Switch.
And let that underpowered console ruin your frames.
It is underpowered.
It's very true.
I won't deny that fact.
You can find me at IamCoreyNHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Nintendo Pal Block, Expansion Pass, Standard Definition, and various other things here on the Boss Rush Network. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care of yourselves.